Hi guys, welcome to my next tutorial. Today I've got another project for you. Some of you asked me to make the Crinoline Lady, so this is the pattern. For this tutorial I am using crochet hook size 1.75 millimeters. As you can see, 3 different colors of crochet thread yarn number 10. This is the Rico Essential. You will need the small amount of the yellow, the pink a little bit more, maybe about half a ball, maybe even not, for the main part if you would like to make the same colors. So that's it. Now we can start. Our work, we need to start by making slip knot. Then chain of 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. Now into the fourth chain, 1, 2, 3 and 4, we need to work first double crochet. So at the beginning we've got chain of 3 is a count as a first double crochet, and then we've got second one. Now in each chain stitch we will work 1 double crochet. So this is the third. We've got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 and 14. So first row got 14 double crochets. Now chain of 3, 1, 2, 3. We need to turn our work, and into each stitch we will work a double crochet. So this stitch we need to skip because we've done chain of 3 already, and now into the next 13 stitches 1 double crochet. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and the last one we need to work onto the top of 3 double crochets from the beginning. So again 14 double crochets. Now chain of 3, and for the next 3 rows we need to continue our pattern by working 1 double crochet in each stitch. So we'll have 5 rows of 14 double crochets. I've done my 5 rows of 14 double crochets, so now row number 6, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain 1 as a chain 1 space. Now we are going into the second double crochet. We need to work double crochet, then chain 1 into the next stitch, double crochet, chain 1 into the next stitch, double crochet, then chain 1. So now we need to repeat this pattern in each stitch, and at the end we will have 14 double crochets and 13 chain 1 spaces. Double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, then double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and again double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain 1, and again double crochet. So at the moment I've got 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 double chain 1 and double crochet into the top of chain 3 from the previous round. Row number 7, chain of 3 as a double crochet, chain 1 as a chain 1 space. Then we are going into the double crochet from the previous round. We need to work double crochet and then chain 1, and again double crochet into the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the double crochet, chain 1. So now we need to continue this pattern to the end of our row. Now row number 8, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 2 as a chain 2 space, and again we need to go to the next double crochet, and then we will work double crochet, then chain of 2, double crochet into the next row, chain of 2, double crochet into the next row, chain of 2. So now we need to repeat this pattern to the last double crochet, and then the next row we need to work exactly the same. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. So this is the 8th, and then row number 9 we need to work the same. At the end of our row we need to work the last double crochet into the top of chain 3, and then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. Now I will join my second color, the white one, into the first chain space, and I will do a little knot to secure my end. And now I will start first double crochet by making chain of 3, 1 2 3, and into the same chain space I will do 4 more double crochets. 1 2 3 and 4. So my row I start by making 5 double crochets. Now into the second chain space I will do single crochet, and then again into the next chain space 5 double crochets. 1 2 3 4 and 5, single crochet into the next chain space, and again 5 double crochets into the next chain space. 1 2 3 4 and 5, single crochet into the next one. So now we need to repeat this pattern to the last chain space. At the end of our row, now we need to finish the last 5 double crochets, then we can fasten off, cut the yarn. And now I've got third color, and I will join into the second shell just into the last double crochet. So we've got first shell and the second one. Into the last double crochet I will join, little knot for secure, and now chain of 3 as a first double crochet. Now into the next 12 stitches we will work 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 and 12. So we should have 13 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 and 13. So we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 rows. So now row number 12, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then we need to turn our work, 1 more double crochet into the same stitch. So we've done 2 double crochets in 1 stitch, and now we need to repeat it in each stitch. 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Then we are going into the next one, and again 2 double crochets, 1 and 2. Into the next one, 2 double crochets. So now we need to repeat to the last double crochet, and we should have 26 double crochets in this row. Row 13, we need to start by making chain of 3, then we have to turn our work, and now 1 double crochet in each stitch. So again, in this row we should have 26 double crochets as well. So now we need to continue this pattern to the last double crochet. Row 14, we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then into the second stitch 1 double crochet and then chain 1. Now into the next 2 stitches 1 double crochet and then chain 1, and again into the next 2 stitches 1 double crochet, chain 1, and again into the next 2 stitches 1 double crochet and then chain 1. So we need to continue this pattern to the last double crochet. After 2 double crochets we need to work chain 1. So at the end of our row we should have the last 2 double crochets. So now for the next 2 rows, so we've got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So row 15 and 16 we need to work in the same way. So chain of 3 as a double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the next double crochet, chain of 2, then double crochet into the next 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 2, 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, chain of 2. So row number 15 and 16 we need to work in the same way. At the end of our row number 16 we need to finish by 2 double crochets, then we can fasten off and cut the yarn. Now we need to turn our work and we will start working with the white yarn again. So this time I will join into the space between first 2 double crochets. So again, little knot, chain 1 as a single crochet, and into the chain 2 space now we will work 5 double crochets. So I will try to hide my ends. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Into the space between 2 double crochets again 1 single crochet. Now I am going into the next chain 2 space and I will do 5 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, and single crochet between 2 double crochets. So now we need to repeat this pattern to the last space between 2 double crochets. Here we need to work the last single crochet, and in each chain space 5 double crochets. And again, at the end of our row we need to fasten after the last single crochet, we need to fasten off, cut the yarn, and now I will going back to my first color and I've joined into the last double crochet of the third shell. So I turn my work into the last shell, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, and then into the next 4 stitches we will work 1 double crochet. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we've got 5 double crochets. Now chain of 3, we need to turn our work, and again in each stitch 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 into the top of chain 3, and again chain of 3 and double crochet in each stitch. So now we need to repeat this pattern for the next 8 rows. So we've got 2, and at the end we should have 10 rows of 5 double crochets. As we've done 10 rows of 5 double crochets, then we can fasten off, cut the yarn, and now we will join just into the next stitch after the 5th. So chain of 3 as a first double crochet, and then into the next 33 stitches we will work 1 double crochet. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, and 33. So we should finish on the last stitch of the third shell, so exactly the same as on the opposite side. We start on the last shell with on the last double crochet in a third shell, and now we've got the last double crochet in a third shell from the opposite side. Chain of 3. Now we are turning our work, and into the next 4 stitches 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Chain of 3, turn our work, and then again 1 double crochet into the next 4 stitches. So now we are working on the second hand. And 5. So at the moment we've done 3 rows. So now we need to continue working 5 double crochets until we will have 10 rows. Okay, so I finished my second hand, and now we need to join again. So I will join just into the next stitch of actually yes, we need to skip first 2 stitches after the last one with our hand, and 1, 2, 3. Into the third one we need to join, and chain of 3 as a first double crochet. So now from one arm to the second arm we've got 29 double crochets. We need to skip first 2 and the last 2, so we need to work 25 double crochets. We've got first one, and now In each stitch we need to work 1 double crochet until the last 2. So we've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 and 25. So as I said, we need to skip the last 2 stitches. Now we need to turn our work. Into the first 2 stitches we need to work slip stitch. So 1 and 2, then into the third one slip stitch as well, and from the third one chain of 3. So again, we need to repeat what we've done on the previous row. We need to skip first 2 stitches and the last 2 stitches. So in this row we should have 21 double crochets. And then we need to continue this pattern by skipping first 2 and the second 2 stitches until we will have 7 double crochets. So basically now we need to work 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more rows. So this is the first one, and then we need to work another 4. Okay, so I said that we need to finish making our rows as we will have 7 double crochets, but I forgot that in the last row we need to skip the first 3 and the last 3 stitches. So now I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, and I need to turn our work. They make slip stitch into the 4 stitches. 1, 2, 3 and 4, and from the fourth one chain of 3 as a first double crochet, and then into the next 6 stitches 1 double crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now I should have 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. And now next row, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then into the next 5 stitches. In each stitch we need to work 2 double crochets. So 1 and 2, into the next one 1 and 2, into the next one 1 and 2, and again 2 double crochets into the next one, and one more time 2 double crochets into the next one, and into the last one 1 double crochet. So now we should have 12 double crochets. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Next row we need to start by making chain of 3, then we need to turn our work, double crochet into the same stitch, so into the first stitch we've done 2 double crochets, then into the second we need to work 2 double crochets again, 1 and 2. Into the next 2, 4, 6 and 8 stitches we need to make 1 double crochet, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8, and into the last 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, and into the last one, into the top of chain 3, 2 double crochets as well, 1 and 2. So now we should have 16 double crochets, and on the next row we will start making chain of 3 as the first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the second stitch, then chain 1. Into the next 2 stitches, 1 double crochet in each stitch, so 1 and 2, then chain of 1, and again into the next 2 stitches, 1 double crochet, then chain of 1. So now we need to repeat this pattern to the last double crochet by making 2 double crochets and then chain 1. The next row, so actually this is the row 27 from the beginning of our work, we need to work exactly the same. So chain of 3, double crochet into the second double crochet, then chain of 1, double crochet into the next 2 stitches, then chain of 1, double crochet into the next 2 stitches, chain of 1. So now we need to repeat to the last double crochet. Row 28 we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 double crochet into the second stitch, chain of 2, 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, 1 and 2, chain of 2, and now double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into the next double crochet, chain of 2, 1 double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the second double crochet, chain of 2, 1 double crochet into the next double crochet, chain 1, double crochet into the second double crochet, chain of 2, 1 double crochet into the first double crochet, chain 1 and double crochet into the second, chain of 2, 1 double crochet into the next 2 stitches, so now without any chain stitch between, chain of 2 and 1 double crochet into the last 2 stitches. So 1 and 2. Row 29, chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 2 as a chain 2 space, double crochet into the next double crochet, chain of 2, double crochet into the next double crochet, then chain of 2 and double crochet into the next double crochet. So now basically after each double crochet we need to work chain of 2. Row 30 we need to start by making chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then chain of 5, 3, 4, 5 as a chain 5 space. Then we need to skip the first 2 double crochets together, and into the 2 double we need to skip chain of 2, and into the chain of 2 between 2 double crochets we need to make double crochet, chain of 3 and 1 more double crochet. Now chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We need to skip first chain 2 space, and into the second again double crochet, chain of 2 and double crochet, chain of 5, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again into the second chain of 2 double crochet, chain of 3. So I think I've done chain of 2, but supposed to be chain of 3. Yes, chain of 3 double crochet, chain of 5, into the second chain space double crochet, chain of 3 and then double crochet, and again chain of 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we need to repeat our pattern, and at the end we need to make double crochet. So after the double crochet, chain 3 and double crochet into that chain stitch we need to work 1 double crochet at the end, so we need to continue as we've done here at the beginning. At the end of my row I've done the last chain of 5 and then double crochet. Now if I am cutting the yarn because I want to start using different color, so I am going into the first chain 5 space after as I turn my work. Now little knot, and we need to into the first chain 5 space start by working chain of 3 as a first double crochet, then 1 more double crochet, chain of 2 and 2 more double crochets into the same chain 5 space. So basically we've done 4 double crochets and 1 chain 2 space. Then after the 2 double crochets we need to work chain of 2, and into the V-stitch, so into the stitch as we've done double crochet, chain of 3 and double crochet, we will work 1 double crochet, chain of 2 and 1 double crochet. So V-stitch with 2 double crochets and chain of 2, then chain of 2 into the chain 5 space, 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 2 and another 2 double crochets, 1 and 2, chain of 2, then 1 double crochet, chain of 2 and 1 double crochet, chain of 2, and we've got again chain of 5, so we need to work 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets. So now we need to repeat our pattern to the end of this row. Row 32. We need to start by turning our work and making slip stitch into the first 2 stitches and into the first. So actually I've done the slip stitch into the second and into the chain space. So into the chain 2 space, into the first chain 2 space, we need to make exactly the same. So 2 double crochets, chain of 2, and then 2 double crochets. Now we need to make chain of 2, and into the V-stitch we need to work 7 double crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain of 2, into the next chain of 2 between 2 groups of 2 double crochets again, 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets, chain of 2, into the V-stitch, 7 double crochets, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Chain of 2 and again into the space between 2 groups of 2 double crochets, 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets. So now we need to continue our pattern to the end of this row. Now row 33. So now I need to do the slip stitch into the first stitch, into the second stitch, maybe one more time because I've got 2 big loop, so straight into the second one and into the chain space. Into the chain 2 space we need to work the same, so 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets, then chain of 2, and we need to repeat 1 double crochet into the first stitch, then chain 1, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, then into the next stitch, chain 1, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, and into the next 2. So now we should have 7 double crochets, so exactly the same as on the previous row, plus 6 chain 1 spaces, chain of 2, into the chain 2 space again, 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets, chain of 2, and again we've got 7 double crochets, so we need to repeat what we've done here and then our pattern to the end of this row. Now row 34, we need to make slip stitch into the second stitch and into the chain space, exactly the same as on each row, and then chain of 3. This is the first double crochet, and now 1 more double crochet, chain of 2 and 2 more double crochets, 1 and 2, then chain of 2. Now we need to skip chain of 2, we are going straight into the chain 1 space, single crochet, then chain of 3, then single crochet into the next chain space, chain of 3, single crochet into the next chain space, chain of 3, and into the next one, chain of 3, and into the next one, chain of 3, and into the last one. So at the moment we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 chain free spaces, then chain of 2, and we need to skip the first chain of 2. Into the second we will work 2 double crochets, chain of 2 and 2 double crochets. So from now we need to repeat what we've done from the beginning, chain of 2, and then we need to repeat what we've done here. So now we are working on the pineapple stitches.